In this video, we're going to talk about what it'd be like to relocate to Marble Falls, Texas. We're going to go into the cost of living, the housing, the outdoor activities, the community, and what kind of community do you have when you get into Marble Falls. We're also going to talk about the location and what's nearby. And at the very end of this video, we're going to dive into who Marble Falls is for. If you're coming from another area, a lot of times it's hard to tell without coming down and checking it out for yourself. So we're going to give you an overall idea of what we think it would be a good fit for. That being said, let's get this thing going.
Let's go.
So cost of living in Marble Falls. If you look at some stats and you take a look around and dig on the internet, you're going to find that Marble Falls actually has a higher cost of living than the national average. However, for Texas, it's actually got one of the more affordable costs of living for all the other cities.
Yeah, right here, especially in the being close to the Austin area, because it is relatively close. Yeah, your cost of living is going to be a lot lower.
Yeah, you guys will notice that if you're house shopping in Marble Falls, you can find homes that are in the $200,000, probably mid $200,000 price range. That's not available in a lot of the areas around Austin. So, and that price does go up, and I'm not saying that 250 is the average, but you can find homes in that price range if that's what you're after. So when it comes to the housing in Marble Falls, you're going to find that there's a mix of historic homes and also some new build communities.
Yeah, there are, and there's also what you're going to see are your kind of acreage lots, you know, from 1+ up, and like Jay just mentioned, there's new up and coming new builds that are in there, and of course then you've got your historic Marble Falls, kind of where the city kind of started kind of growing out.
That's right. And when we say acreage lots, you can find them anywhere from like an acre up to, I've seen as high as 20, 25. It just depends on what part of town you're in and what's around you. So climate and weather. Some of you may have heard a lot about the weather in this area because lately it's been going all over the place. You'll see people that have lived here for a while making jokes about how, hey, it's second winter or second summer, yeah. First spring, yeah. Because the weather literally does goes like that. And then it'll level out and it'll be good for several months straight, and then all of a sudden it's back to playing games with us. What you can expect though on average, Marble Falls, you're going to be near water. So that does help keep some of the temperatures down a little bit. And I'm not saying it's cool, guys. It still gets really, really, really hot. But it also creates a little bit of humidity because that water's right there. Yeah,
it creates, what Jay's talking about too, kind of having gone to Marble Falls as growing up, and I've been through Marble Falls a bunch, spent many summers there. Kind of one of the things too that's kind of unique about Marble Falls is it's nothing but granite out there. And so all the Granite Mountain, you've got a place called Granite Mountain, and of course that's absorbing all the heat, so it's going to let it get hot too.
Yeah,
so it's kind of weird, man. Yeah.
It does. It's a good thing that all that water's there because it does get hot, and anywhere in this area you move, it's going to get hot, and you're also going to get thunderstorms.
Yeah.
Now, some of these storms can be a little scary. I'm not going to lie and sit here and tell you, oh, it's fine, it's great, it's wonderful. You know, sometimes I'll be jumping off the couch when I hear that loud thunder go off. All right? Not all the time, but sometimes. You do typically have advance notice when this type of weather's coming, and any type of bad weather that's coming, you're getting plenty of notice to make preparations. Like if it's going to freeze, we know several days ahead. All right, bring in the plants, cover the pipes, bring in the small pets. You'll know and you'll be able to prepare for that kind of thing. But just know that it does happen here, just like everywhere else in this area.
Yeah, and we'll get all 4 seasons here, so it just kind of depends when.
That's true. And now, some of those seasons are kind of short.
Yeah.
But all 4 do hit.
Yeah.
So it just depends on the year, because it's kind of different every year.
Yeah. It is.
It's like Texas weather can't make up its mind what it wants to be, so it just changes its mind on a daily basis.
It does.
So outdoor activities and community. Before we get into this, guys, if you guys are looking to move to the area, give us a call, text, email, nights, days, weekends. We'd love to hear from you guys. We actually work with a lot of people that are relocating to the area, and it's almost kind of our specialty at this point. So again, if you guys call us, numbers should be popping up on the screen right now. Now let's get into the outdoor activities.
Everybody wants to know.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You talk about outdoor activities in Marble Falls, you're talking about lakes, hike and bike trails, parks, wide open space. Just very, 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 it's got a very
outdoor friendly.
Yeah, like a strong nature feel. There you go.
Yeah,
sorry
no,
guys.
for sure.
I'm not doing well with these words today.
It does. So you're going to have, you've got all your, you've got state parks that are close by. You've got the Highland Lakes that are right there at your doorstep. You've got the festivals. You've got, in fact,
tons of festivals.
Yeah, there's the Lake Fest coming up in June. They do drag boat races, if that's kind of your thing, man.
Yeah, and that can be exciting to watch. But if you guys are out there on the water while this is going on, be careful. They do occasionally have some wipeouts and wrecks, and it can get a little crazy.
Yeah.
But just if you can find a spot to watch, not in the water, it's probably better off, unless you're into getting in the mix of things.
Yeah. And with the Lake Fest, you have again the outdoor stuff. There's caverns, there's rock formations. It's great.
Granite out there.
It is.
There's a small village just outside of Marble Falls called Granite Shoals. So,
Yep.
And here's a fun fact for you, real quick. A lot of the granite that built the Capitol here in the state capitol here in Austin, Texas, came from there. So
yeah, and if you guys haven't seen the state capitol, make a point to go check it out. Beautiful site, very historic, and it's just very grand.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely worth checking out if you're coming into the area, especially if you've never been there. One other thing I want to point out is you're also close to the Balcones National Wildlife Refuge. So if you're into that hiking and biking, I mean, there's big wide open spaces, and if bird watching is your thing, lots of opportunities for that too. Some of you guys may be thinking, bird watching, who the heck does that? I used to think the same thing until one time I just tried it just to try it, and all of a sudden I found myself interested in what kind of bird is that?
Yeah.
What kind of bird is that? And now I see birds flying around, and I'm like, oh, that's one of those. It's kind of weird. Maybe it's an age thing. I don't know. But definitely cool to check out. And if you're just into the hike and bike thing, there's a lot of that.
yeah, there's again you're not. It's never ending outdoor scene in the Marble Falls area. Wide range of anything and everything. The scenery during the springtime, if you're out here, it is just absolutely beautiful. Rolling hills, the blue bonnets, the Indian paintbrushes, you name it, man. Every wallflower's out there on the way out to whatever it is that you're going to do. So outdoor for sure.
And Marble Falls, with all that stuff, they have a strong sense of community. So the festivals are kind of spread out throughout the year. There's a big one, like probably in each season. At Christmas time, there's probably 1 million Christmas lights that go up and light a walkway. You can go walk around with your family and check it out. Really neat. If you guys wanted to go down any time of year, you can go down to the downtown historic area, kind of check out the shops, the restaurants. They've got like a sculpture. I don't want to call it a sculpture garden, but kind of a sculpture garden. Yeah, a lot of sculptures down there. It's pretty neat to check out. But community is strong. Schools receive high ratings for those of you coming with kids. If you check out niche.com, you can read about the schools. We don't really, from our clients that have moved there, we haven't really heard too many complaints about the schools. And usually if there is a complaint, that's the one complaint we do hear about. So worth checking out though. Do your own research on that, niche.com or greatschools.org. Make sure you read the reviews on the schools. So if you guys are coming to Marble Falls with your family, a couple things you can do, depending on the time of year you're here. If you're here in the summer, enjoy the water, take in all that stuff, the outdoor hike and bike trails. If you happen to be here in the fall, or if you're living here and now fall's approaching, Sweetberry Farm. It's a family-owned farm. You can go out there, you can pick your own fruit, your own vegetables, and they also have a pumpkin patch and a hayride and a lot of fun activities for the kids. Definitely worth checking out if you're out here with your family. Another thing to check out for those of you that are into off-road adventures, Hidden Falls Adventure Park. Located right here in Marble Falls. You can go out there. You can off-road. They have different level courses. If you're into the rock crawling stuff, they've got some of that. If you're into the basic trail rides and stuff like that, they've got that too. Just make sure you don't take the wrong turn.
Exactly. And so you're going to be able, on 4 wheels or 2 wheels too. Dirt bike, it does, whatever kind of off-roading vehicle that you have, man, they're gonna let you be out there and like Jay said, explore the courses, but make sure you don't make a wrong turn.
Yeah, I've been out there once or twice, and I've seen some people make the wrong turn and get on some of the more advanced stuff, and their vehicle wasn't equipped for it. Woo! Yeah. I saw a Jeep doing that number.
Oh boy, yeah,
onto the side. Have about 5-6 guys trying to push it back up, but yeah, just be careful if you're out there. So if you're looking to find a job when you get to Marble Falls, there's a couple of major employers in Marble Falls. I mean, a lot of times people who live in Marble Falls work in other areas, but if you do want to work and live in Marble Falls, you've got Baylor Scott and White out there, which is a large hospital. You also have opportunities for working for the school district and also for the city, and those tend to be the biggest employers. There's also the H-E-B grocery store there and a Walmart there, and a lot of people, so I don't want to say a lot of people work there to work there, but it depends on where you're at and what you're doing and what your situation is. But even though Marble Falls has that small town feel, you're still going to have some of the bigger named businesses there, and it's not like you have to drive 3 hours to get there, an hour and a half to get there. It's not like living out in the middle of nowhere, small town. It's kind of small town surrounded by bigger town things.
Yeah, no, and on the flip side of that, if you decide, I want to relocate to Marble Falls, this is where I want to bring my family, but I'm still going to work in Austin, or I'm still going to work in San Antonio, two major metropolitan areas, or Round Rock, or Cedar Point, whatever the case might be. You've got easy access from Marble Falls. Head south on 281 to get to San Antonio. Yeah. You from Marble Falls, you can go 1431 all the way into Cedar Park. You can take 290, which runs east and west. 290 will get you into Austin also. So there's that option too. If you decide, I want to live out here. I want to relocate out here with my family, but I still got to work in Austin or San Antonio. Mm-hmm. Man, you're kind of right there in a pretty decent spot. And again, like I said before, the drive is nice. It's really nice.
And another major road that's close by that you have easy access to is Highway 29, which runs east and west, and that'll take you all the way into Liberty Hill and like Leander area and Georgetown. So you have options to get around to the bigger cities, but still live with the peace and tranquility of being near the water and the nature feel, all at an affordable cost. Yeah. Again, guys, if you're moving to the area, give us a call, text, email, nights, days, weekends. Number should be popping up on the screen. So now we're going to answer the question, who is Marble Falls for? I would say if you are looking to live near the water, maybe you have a boat or you want to get a boat and you want easy access to the water. If you want to live where it's a little bit more nature-like, a little bit more spread out and not in the hustle and bustle of the big city. Not to say that they don't get traffic, because they do during certain times. I mean, it's one of the main roads. It kind of, because people are driving into Austin, so you will get a little bit of traffic, but your overall livings, you're not going to be feeling that too bad. But if you're coming with a family and you want to have them involved with the outdoor activities, I mean, lots of parks, lots of playgrounds. Again, it's very, very open and very, very nature-like. Then I would say Marble Falls might be for you.
Yeah, and on the flip side of that, if you've decided, I'm retiring, I'm getting ready just to kind of settle down, and I want to find my forever dream home, and I want to stay away from the hustle and bustle of the big city, but I still kind of want that, that small town feel with everything to do and everything that I need to help me continue, then, that's going to be a place for you too, I believe.
Now, on the real flip side, because Jesse said flip side, but I don't know if that was flip side or not. It kind of sounded like what I said, but in a different way for a different type.
Yeah. Okay.
No, I'm just messing. If you're after the party it up, and not to say they don't have fun things to do, and not to say they don't have entertainment, because they do. I mean, especially with the boat races and stuff, that draws people from all over the place. But if you want the weekly, go out to the bars, 6th Street in Austin type scene. You want to live downtown with the high rises and all that kind of stuff. If that's your thing, you're not really going to find that in Marble Falls. No. Definitely going to be more like what Jesse said and what we were talking about with families and things like that. I mean, not to say if you don't have a family you won't like in Marble Falls. I mean, you could absolutely live there. I mean, it just depends on what your hobbies are. But night scene, high rises, close to all the big major events like South by Southwest, UT football games. Definitely not going to have that in Marble Falls. So, I don't know, Jesse. What do you think? What would you say? What would you say who it's not for? Probably what I just said.
Yeah, exactly.
On the flip side, if you're going to retire and you want the party life, come on. No, guys, Marble Falls gets a lot of high ratings. We get a lot of questions about it from our clients, so we definitely wanted to bring this video to you guys. But if you have any questions about any of the areas around here, give us a call, text, email, nights, days, weekends, doesn't matter. Love to hear from you. Love to help you with any and all of your real estate needs. Please subscribe to the channel. Go ahead, Jesse. I took your line.
Subscribe to the channel. Hit that little notification bell so you'll be notified of future content when it releases. Smash that thumbs up button. And with that,
remember, we got your back when you're moving to Austin, Texas. Until the next time, catch you later.
We'll see ya.